Coming to you from our opulent and luxurious 4x8 refurbished broom closet at the national headquarters in Indianapolis. With duct tape studio lights and a mic that you barely can hear, we hope to entertain and educate you. This is the Tango Alpha Lima podcast.
They call me crazy cause I'm facing all my giants. They try to scare me into thinking I can fight it. They tell me I should never even think of trying. But that's just me, I'm gonna live out in defiance.
No, that's you. Say it.
Damn it. Hello, and welcome back to the Tango Alpha Lima podcast.
Yes, we get to hear it.
The last time I will say those words, baby.
Baby. All right, and welcome to the Tango Alpha Lima experience. This is a bittersweet day.
It is.
Yeah, it's mostly just sweet.
For you.
Oh, you're such a...
No, I will miss you guys. I 100% will miss you, and I'm sure that once a couple days go by, but yeah, I'm so inundated that all I can think is like, yes, I'm leaving after this podcast. I'm going to go sleep for about 12 hours, come back in here rejuvenated.
And then
I gotta go to my son's college graduation tomorrow night. Our own Jeffrey Daly graduating from college tomorrow.
Oh my God.
Yeah. And I am going only because of you, my friend.
I appreciate that.
Actually, my wife wanted to get out of the house, and I was like, well, do you want to go to the Legion graduation banquet?
Wait, am I going to meet?
Romantic.
Am I going to meet the Mrs.
I mean, do I do it up or what? I mean, this is the only Christmas present she's getting, but I mean, like, this is a good one.
What? Hold on. Tactical pause.
No.
Tactical pause again?
Beautiful woman puts up with you every day. She deserves something creative.
Well, she's not getting creative because creative means that I pick it and then it's bad. No, I bought her some sort of $600 mixer. Paragold cake mixer or something.
So you got her a gift.
Okay.
You got her a gift so she could make you something.
I, for a moment, thought maybe you were putting a mixtape together for her, and I was like, oh, that's so nostalgic and cute.
I can't even stand her music taste. Drive me bonkers. But she was complaining about it, like that since I've been National Judge Advocate, I haven't taken her to anything, but I haven't really. There hasn't been anything, so she's going to get to go out. She past National Commander Ray Bine is here. He's the chancellor, and his wife Anne is very close with my wife. So we're kind of excited to go out and see the banquet.
And I'm going to get to meet Mrs. Seavey.
Yeah.
But right now, I think we're gonna get into this. We don't want Mark's last day to not have some normalcy. So I'm sure we'll make references along the way. I don't know.
I'm sure.
I don't know what we'll do. Let's just figure it out. All right, Ashley, you're up. Topic 1.
All right. So good old National Guard. Yay! What?
Oh,
it can't be a holiday episode without me singing something.
Can I interject before you even get started? National Guard. It's a National Guard pet peeve, and I need your husband to get behind me on this. They're doing away with. They're doing away with my unit patch.
Oh.
They're doing away with my unit patch because
we'll order them now while they last. Discount, flash sale.
I'll show it to you later, Jeff. But it's apparently it's a Confederacy thing because there's blue and gray in our patch. It's like a yin yang, and it's the blue and the gray coming together to represent that the division is made up of Virginia and Maryland. But apparently that is. I don't get it. I don't know. Maybe they'll go back into Saving Private Ryan and edit out the unit patch. But if you've ever seen the yin yang patch, that's my patch.
Oh, is it in Saving Private Ryan?
Yeah, unfortunately it's the cowardly typist guy is wearing our unit patch. But, yeah,
that tracks.
There we go. All right, go. All
right, Ashley, go.
Okay, I shall proceed. Oh, you're so
Jeffrey,
funny.
Jeffrey.
Oh, well, you know what else isn't funny? Insurrection. So what did the National Guard do? January 6th probe hones in on National Guard response. This is an article from military.com. I'm so glad y'all are entertained by me because I'm entertained by me. So for all you that are aware of the situation here, so a congressional panel is investigating the attack that disrupted certification of the presidential election in January and is seeking answers to a range of questions from that day, to include the National Guard, being one of the primary focal points of the inquiry. So basically, the Guard's response with troops arriving several hours after supporters of then President Donald Trump first breached the Capitol is backed by a spotlight this week by a select committee to investigate the attack of January 6th on the United States Capitol, and citing questions basically about the delay of response and for other reasons, holding Trump's chief of staff, Mark Meadows, in contempt in Congress. So Meadows essentially has overturned thousands of pages of documents to the committee, but he's refused to sit for deposition. So apparently, the day before the attack, according to the article, Meadows sent an email to unnamed organizer of the rally that preceded the violence, saying that National Guard would be present to protect pro-Trump people and that many more would be available on standby. The committee wrote in the report detailing its reasons for holding Meadows in contempt. So this 51-page report contains no further details about the email, saying that one of the things the panel would have asked Meadows about if he had cooperated. So, and this is a quote from the report. It says, Mr. Meadows apparently knows if and when Mr. Trump was engaged in discussions regarding the National Guard's response to the Capitol riot, a point that is contested, but about which Mr. Meadows provided documents to the Select Committee and spoke publicly on national television after President Trump left office, the report said. So the committee, which is composed of 7 House Democrats, 2 Republicans, voted unanimously Monday night to hold Meadows, or in context, unanimously to hold Meadows in contempt. The full House is expected to pass a resolution along mostly party lines after the Justice Department would decide whether to actually charge Meadows with contempt of Congress. So a lot of stuff going on here, a lot of things to unpack this holiday season as we almost approach the year anniversary of this happening. So what are y'all's thoughts on this
Oh,
madness?
I got a lot of thoughts on it, but I'll keep it simple.
Mark, let's
No, go, Mark, go.
Please, shower it. Let's go.
I'm not going to go too
We gotta
far.
let him go.
Meadows isn't just doing this to piss off Congress. He has a legitimate reason. Now, whether it succeeds or not, what you don't want to have is you don't want to have a person in charge and he's got a right-hand man, and everything they say between them is public information, because that's going to discourage having an open line of communication with your underling. So the former president is arguing that it was covered under basically their discussions, that some discussions need to be private. I tend to agree with it. But either way, the National Guard is becoming a pivot point on this when it doesn't really need to be. Like, to me, this doesn't have anything to do with the National Guard. Like, those guys would have showed up, but to think that the National Guard is just even one day, the National Guard doesn't do anything in one day. Like, I don't know exactly what they were expecting. Like, how are you going to get, it just seems insane to me. The National Guard did everything they could. There's nobody that's culpable among the National Guard. Just, I don't know.
Well, this whole day seems to have centered around the National Guard, where they're sleeping, what they're eating, now their response time, and none of it had to do with the actual Guard soldiers. This had nothing to do even with Guard leadership. This is about a dumb email that somebody sent, and I haven't seen any link. I haven't seen a single link that says that email had transferred over to the Guard and they reacted in accordance with it.
And if this had been another group, I would, like, let's say instead of this, it was socialists marching in the street, and somebody wrote and said, don't worry, the National Guard will be on hand to keep the socialists safe. I wouldn't have a problem with that either. It's really got nothing to do with anything. Like, anybody holds a rally, they generally have enough people to keep safe. There was no smoking gun that I saw in there, but
not in the story that I read. Did you see one, Ashley?
Did you see anything that, like, it's just, I don't know. It doesn't move the needle for me.
Okay. I just want to make sure. I was like, oh no, did I not read the right story? No. Sometimes
it
happens, guys. Sometimes it happens. I have to pivot very quickly.
Yeah, we've seen
adapt and overcome. I will. You brought up some great points, because at the end of the day, like, this ended up being about, the guards, again, separate email. This is just being brought into the conversation.
Yeah.
But like realistically, I think it was like 3 hours or something like that. It took for them or the DC guard initially to get the permission to, support. So I think, I don't know if that's kind of where they're trying to weave all this in together, but
this hadn't happened before. And if you've been with military people, they're always trying to cover their own ass, and there's nobody to cover on this because there's no process. So somebody probably got it and was like, that's outside my pay grade, you handle it. It probably got kicked around to 15 different people because nobody wants to be the one to pull the trigger, figuratively, on sending out the guard for this thing.
Right. Because there was the Pentagon, they had an investigator general report, I believe it was released last month, found that the Defense Department officials did not delay or obstruct the DoD's response to the attack. And then General Walker, who presides and commands DC Guard, basically had given the approval to deploy earlier. And then I think he testified, I'm sure he's testified maybe once or twice at this point in time, but so General Walker gave the approval to deploy earlier than he testified he was. I don't know. It's complicated.
Here's my general principle of the federal government: never ascribe to the federal government a malintent, some evil thing, when the probable answer is just incompetence. Like, did they get there fast enough? No. What's more likely, that nobody wanted to pull the trigger on this because they're like, dude, I don't want to be called, or that they were all crazy right wingers in the DC National Guard? Like, come on, folks. It's just like nobody wanted to be the guy on the spot. Like,
this is a very blue
dumb.
city.
It's
like,
dumb.
Anyway.
Whole argument is dumb. Yep.
Anywho,
right,
in other news. Dun, dun, dun. Proceed.
We'll move on. And this one will be my story. It's
are you forgetting something written in red, possibly right about that?
Ooh,
it's not,
I know.
It's not red for me because
delete.
So I guess we're going to be. Wow, we're going to do this all day. All right, go ahead, Ashley.
Can I?
If you hurry.
Such a beautiful holiday gift. All right, y'all. We'll be back after this quick commercial break.
Hearing loss and tinnitus are the top service-connected disabilities, and we know that hearing issues can result in social isolation and loneliness. These issues, in turn, can lead to a host of other potential health conditions, especially for veterans. That's why staying connected with family and friends is so critical to our health. The Heroes with Hearing Loss program supports veterans facing the challenges of hearing loss and provides solutions to keep us connected. One of those solutions is the caption telephone, which allows veterans to listen and read what is said over the phone, making it easier than ever to connect with those who matter most in our lives. Thanks to the sponsor of Heroes with Hearing Loss, Hamilton CapTel. Caption telephones are available at no cost for veterans. Learn more at heroeswithhearingloss.org.
All right, here we go. We're back, and I get to praise the Coast Guard, which I know will please Mark Seavey because he's the president of the fan club.
The Coast Guard. Yeah.
He's the president of the fan club of Audrey James.
I am. And as far as I'm concerned, he was the commandant of the Coast Guard. I don't actually know what he did, but
if that's what they had, he might have been it.
Yep.
All right. So this story is a good one. This is like that one when they jumped on the hatch and that went around viral.
That guy was badass.
This is just as exciting, but Holly took the picture out. So you guys can't see it. I don't see it on here. So it's a good thing for America that Darian Duria has the love of a good person. She couldn't be a more supportive partner. She's an incredible woman. During set of his fiance on Friday, just 2 days after the 28-year-old U.S. Coast Guard rescue swimmer pulled the body of a local woman from a car at the brink of Niagara Falls. Not the little falls you see in the stream in your backyard, ladies and gentlemen.
Negative.
Niagara Falls.
The kind that morons get in a wooden barrel and go over for
right.
completely inexplicable reasons.
I'm not even going to read the rest of it. I'll just kind of paint you the picture that I can't see for some reason. But they get in a helicopter. They're they're based out of Detroit. They were heading the opposite direction for a training thing. They got called to go here. They even, I mean, it was so bad. They saw ice on the windshield of the helicopter. They lowered him down onto a car at the edge of the Niagara Falls. He gets in, he had to do some things. There's complications, and he pulls out a body. Unfortunately, she's no longer with us, but he was able to deliver the remains to her family before potentially being lost in that. Now, back to the story, there are only a few hundred people who do this type of work for the Coast Guard. About a dozen of them, including Duria, stationed at the Coast Guard Detroit station. As they tend to say all the time, he's a petty officer second class, and he said, well trained for the media, this is my job, it's what we do. We don't always jump onto a frozen car at the brink of the Niagara Falls.
And when we're talking the brink, it was at the brink of the falls. If you've seen the video, it was basically 30 feet from a 400-foot drop. And
I'm looking at the photo.
Like it was close. Like it was legit close. I don't understand how a person gets a car into that area. Like I don't know, maybe some more heavy duty guardrails would be in order around something as potentially dangerous as a 400-foot drop.
So
yeah.
So the photo attached to this article, I just want to make sure that like horizon there in the back, that's the bottom of the falls. Like that's the point where it's all downhill. Like it literally.
Yes. Yeah, you're watching where everything goes downhill. Yeah,
it's just like this white hazed mist, right? And you can see it, and then there's just like this one kind of stone, and then there's just this guy who's just on top of a car. It's mind blowing right now.
Yeah, pretty
because
wow.
if we have to rank badass Coast Guard videos, where's this with the hatch?
I'm gonna go number 2 here.
Yeah.
The hatch is still
the
number 1.
Badass who jumped on a moving submarine and tried to use his fist to pound through 4 inches of metal is always going to be my number 1. You do that, you got
Get
it.
out here.
Like that dude didn't even like ponder like what happened. Like I don't want to go all Raiders of the Lost Ark on you, but submarines can go underwater. What was this dude going to do? Just cling to it? Badass. That guy, not my number 1.
And he had no idea. He had zero idea what was going to happen if that hatch opened.
Right.
What was there? Like what was going to be pointed at him?
Right.
And he just was like, boom, boom, boom. Oh,
Yeah.
that is.
But
But this is.
I got a surprise for you.
And you know what? You're never
trouble.
going to get your cool points back if you jump and miss the submarine. And that was
The
a
next thing you know, you
legitimate
gotta get
problem. If
rescued.
you've seen that video, like he could very well have ended up 60 yards behind the submarine by the time they got it stopped. Yeah, it was legit.
We're not taking anything away from this guy.
This is another one.
This
Like
is
this
epic.
would not.
Those two
I mean-
could hang out, have a beer, and share stories. I just
And the thing is, like, as you're going down, like a helicopter's loud. Niagara Falls is super loud. You can hear the water crashing right there. Like it is loud. Yeah, I mean,
then there's complications. Like the helicopter, the wind it creates
Right.
is no joke itself.
because you got to remember that the water drops off, so there's going to be updrafts and downdrafts and everything else. Everyone involved in this pretty high speed.
There you go.
Yeah. But
All right,
I
this is-
also would say please stay focused on the road if you're driving around Niagara Falls. Like,
Beware of
Indiana-
icy conditions, everyone.
we don't
That
have
is
much
a-
of that in Indiana, but
That is a public service announcement
Right.
gift from Mark Seavey.
Don't
And
be dumb.
Mark Seavey gets to unwrap his gift right now.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
I
this-
wonder if we're gonna get some unwrapping paper and
Finally.
Christmas music sound stuff for Mark Seavey right now.
How many separate podcasts did I bitch about the fact that Alwyn Cashe should not receive his Medal of Honor? It
At least
seemed-
4.
At least. Well, it finally happened. So last Thursday, December 16th, he finally received his Medal of Honor. Unfortunately, they managed to plan it around a time where I could not possibly have gone to it. I had said when I came over from Media and Communications, 2 years ago, that I required them to send me to this Medal of Honor and because I've been waiting for so long on this. That's all I want to do. But if you're not familiar with the story of Alwyn Cashe, shame on you. You definitely need to look it up. But I'm going to read from his Silver Star citation here because I think it's important to hear just how crazy this entire thing was. On the evening of 17 October 2005, Sergeant First Class Cashe's heroic actions saved the lives of 6 of his fellow soldiers. At approximately 1920 hours, 1st Platoon of Alpha Company 115 Infantry departed Fob Mackenzie. They got hit. A blast ignited the fuel cell on the vehicle, causing fuel to spew everywhere. The vehicle came to a stop and immediately erupted in flames. Sergeant First Class Cashe was initially slightly injured and drenched with fuel. Despite his condition, he bravely managed to get out of the gunner's hatch, crawl down the Bradley fighting vehicle, and assist the driver out of the driver's hatch. The driver had been burned, and Sergeant First Class Cashe extinguished the flames. The following minutes were crucial. 6 soldiers and a translator were in the back of the Bradley. Flames had engulfed the entire vehicle from the bottom and were coming out of every portal. The squad leader inside the vehicle managed to open the top troop hatch door to help the soldiers escape. Without regard for his personal safety, Sergeant First Class Cashe rushed to the back of the vehicle, reaching into the hot flames and started pulling out his soldiers. Again, bear in mind, the dude is covered in gasoline and he's going into a flaming vehicle. The flames gripped his fuel-soaked uniform. Flames quickly spread all over his body. Despite the terrible pain, Sergeant First Class Cashe placed the injured soldier on the ground, returned to the burning vehicle to retrieve another burning soldier. All the while, he is also on fire. A crew from a trail Bradley arrived within moments and assisted with the Kazovac. During all this and with severe burns, Sergeant First Class Cashe bravely continued to take control of the chaos. Within minutes, the company first sergeant was on the scene and began to evacuate soldiers. I mean, like, dude, it's enough that, you know, like, you got to love it when your leader steps up at a bad time. When your leader steps up at a bad time and dude is on fire and still leading you, that couldn't be more badass. Alwyn Cashe couldn't be more deserving. I am so excited that his family finally got it. Sergeant Cashe stayed a hero through it all. His injuries were the worst as he suffered from 2nd and 3rd degree burns over 72% of his body. He truly deserving of this award. His actions are in keeping with the finest traditions of military heroism. Man, I got nothing to add to it. Shame on everyone all the way through the process that this had to wait this long to finally get it. But
Well, who better than you, though, to explain why it took so long?
oh, there's so many reasons. Yeah, we don't have all it. It took a long time. One of the main
some rule changes,
was,
right?
Yeah, one of the main problems was the fact that you have to receive the Medal of Honor for actions under fire, like literally people shooting at you. And when they first sent up the package, they did not reference the fact that they were getting small arms fire the entire time that their flaming Sergeant First Class is pulling people out. So that was kind of the hiccup on that. There are 2 other Medal of Honors that are being granted at the same time, and I got to pull up the names. You know what? I don't have the names here, which is very unfortunate. But one of the gentlemen who's getting it was a Ranger. Sealiz was his name. I can't find his first name, but he also went to the Citadel. So he was a 2-year cadet at the Citadel before he enlisted in the 75th Rangers. And I think Plumley is the other one. He's a Green Beret from Ghazni, Afghanistan, who is also getting the Medal of Honor. So there's 3 Medal of Honors tomorrow. It's about time. I'm glad we're starting to clear up the backlog on them.
All right. Ash, you got anything on this one? Or
I'm happy it's finally happening, and I think the timing is impeccable considering everything. And I'm happy that Mark was the one who got to report that it's finally happened.
Finally happened. Yeah. Shout out to my best friend, John Lilia. May he rest in peace. He fought for this every day for 10 years. He mentioned it every chance he got and said this was the biggest travesty ever that Cashe didn't have his Medal of Honor yet. So next time I make it out to Arlington, I'm going to go and chat with him and tell him that Cashe finally got it. So yeah, good news there anyway.
All right. I guess with that, with that good news, but I mean, it's not great news. It took so long, but a very just deserved ending. We're going to take a 30-second break, and Mark, one last time.
Delete, delete.
Looking for a year-end tax break? Want to get rid of an old car without any hassles? The American Legion Vehicle Donation Program is your solution. Visit legion.careasy.org today or call 844-4LEGION. That's 844-453-4466. All you need to do is sign up and we take care of the rest, right down to the receipt for your tax break.
Okay, and here we are. Sometimes it's ill-named, but it is time for, Ashley got him, rapid fire. Pew, 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 pew. This is the APP-tastic. I don't know if I'm going to have a theme every week. Last time we did it was good core, bad core, bi core. This one is APP-tastic. It's going to be hard to find themes like that, but
Clever. I like it.
This first one, Ash, you want to read it? First rapid fire?
It's the troops behaving badly ones that I always enjoy. I noticed
we know it resonates with you. We know, Mr. Infantry.
I still one of my favorite guys of all time was the dude who jumped out of the airplane with his Chinese fighting fish in a water bottle. And he took pictures all the way down and got busted for it and had to write like a long essay on why it's not safe to jump out of an airplane with a Chinese fighting fish. That dude was great. Legend. Got out as an E4, still a legend. Hero.
A hero.
He's a hero. He did what had to be done.
All right, Ashley, go on, girl.
All right, so this is the first rapid fire, and I have mixed feelings about this, but we'll get there. Anyway, so the article is entitled "Want to Avoid Pregnancy on Active Duty? There's an app for that." Can Jarek add like what? Like Scooby-Doo what? Oh yeah. Man. So anyway, so I'm going to read from this. Is women in the military have had a high rate of unintended pregnancies, which is an issue both personally and with respect to the warfighting mission, according to a study in the latest issue of Military Medicine. Comprehensive education about and access to counseling for a full range of contraceptives have been identified as gaps in provisions of high-quality health care for service women. How about that? All right. In March 2021, the Uniformed Services University of Health Services, Defense Health Agency, and the University of California, San Francisco developed a mobile app called Decide Plus Be Ready, which is meant to offer family planning options for service women to include everything from education to birth control. However, despite its release and the fact that it is available for a free download on Apple and Android devices, obstacles to fulfill implementation of Decide Plus Be Ready remain within the military health system, according to the authors of the latest study. There are a lot of applications to help women record their cycles when they're fertile and not fertile, and this app is different, said Colonel Catherine Wilcop, a retired airman and professor of preventive medicine and gynecological surgery and were
you dying today? Obstetrics.
Obstetrics, thank you. I'm like, words. Anyway, so this March release basically said the app provides a lot of information about contraceptives and helps patients identify their own preferences and which, if any, contribution, blah, blah, blah. Okay, so am I shocked about this?
It's dumb. That's
all you have to say.
It's dumb.
I can't believe there are so many really great apps out there.
This is
we've spent money to create one specifically for military women. How about we just have contraceptive conversations with your healthcare provider and make sure that we've got the health people there to have these conversations with?
Or it's dumb.
It's just dumb. You know what? I really hope that every safety briefing from here to eternity requires the video from the two Air Force guys talking about penises, because that's exactly what we need. If people are so stupid, I challenge you on this. Show me some young air people, okay, who might engage in coitus on a Friday night, late at night, who are like, oh, wait, I need to download the app first. That shit is not going to happen.
And
No.
I think
Wait,
this
we
is
gotta
systemic
play the
of
video of the
large sex education issues in the country, but that's my personal opinion. I think like I'm just as
Ash,
a
it's
public health
stupid.
person,
It's stupid.
I don't know. I mean, there's way too many apps out there, and for us to have spent all this time to realize that like it's really a sex education issue, and like I
No,
just
I know.
let's just
I
keep
know
it
how
simple.
this. I know.
Keep it
keep it simple, fine.
This is written in the stars. I know what happens. The general's like, "Oh, that's a great idea. Let's do the app." And then the colonel's like, "I think it's a great idea. Let's make sure everyone has access to it."
Well,
By the time it gets down to the squad leader, no matter what gender you are or where you are, you're going to have to download the app before you can get a 1-day pass. Stupid, dumb.
I will just point out at the end, it was, I don't believe this was created specifically for the military. They tweaked it. They did tweak an existing app. And your Air Force reference made me refer again to one of my favorite phrases I've ever said, the flesh fuselage.
Yeah.
And now we're going to move on. You have to watch that video before you can get the app. Yeah.
Oh,
Okay. Okay. Rapid fire 2. Oh, Stevie, can you read this one?
Yeah, I'm not going to read the whole thing because it's fairly
Okay.
long, but
It's long.
Military Ethics Cards for Humanity covers broad areas of military ethics, carefully curated and developed by leading researchers, ethicists, blah, blah, blah. Is it a weakness to tell someone you have been psychologically affected by combat? It's got, if you've ever seen the Cards for Humanity type thing, that's what this is. They ask questions and everyone answers it. I don't really have a problem with this. I think this is perfectly fine. It's when it becomes mandatory that things get stupid.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know if you think they're gonna make a game mandatory?
I don't know.
I
I
think
want
it's
to
a-
give the military more faith than I can.
I think
give
it's a
the
nice
military.
way to make have hard conversations and allow different voices, like situationally, like how would you go about like
Or it's gonna make
solving
me,
this issue?
or it's
We
gonna
used
make
to
me
play,
rethink
like,
my
card
friendships.
games. We used to
If
play
I'm
card
playing
games.
this game with somebody that doesn't know that it's not okay to take a selfie with a victim
Are we gonna do this all day?
all
We're gonna do
day.
this? We're
I'm
gonna do
giving-
this?
Because
I'm
I
giving-
had started.
I'm giving
you interrupted
Jeff the
me, and then you
Jeff
jumped
look,
in, and
because
then
he-
so I stayed strong this time.
Mhm.
Go.
We used to play card games with those vehicle identification cards because there wasn't much
Oh, yeah.
to do. You remember those
Yeah,
old
yeah.
vehicle identity? So if there's something that you can do that's hip pocket training, I'm all for it.
Yeah.
Perfectly fine with this one. Next.
I don't understand that game you just said with the vehicle. We'll talk about it later.
Yeah.
Anyway, it is
you
an
might-
app, by the way,
They're-
right?
they're-
It's like an app it's the cards, and then it's like an app where right?
Yeah, it's an app. It's an app.
It's an
game.
app. Okay.
You don't actually get cards. All right. So our third app of the day is from Ashley's employer, the VA Health and Benefits app from VA Mobile. I think I emailed you when I got it. I actually liked this app. Out of the box, I sent an email to my general care practitioner, who's no longer my general care practitioner. So I have to go back and see one again because it's a big revolving door. I looked at my claim status. It hasn't changed. It's amazing. It's still there. And I even found out that I could go get my booster shot. That was all just out of the box. So it's what I would call the first really useful app for me. I mean, they make a lot of things like a breathing app if you're anxious, like one trick pony apps that I'm never going to put on my phone. But this one, kudos to the VA.
Yeah, I agree. I actually think that they're the My Healthy Vet website or whatever. It's quite good. I actually think for me, the VA technology side works great. I have no problems with the VA on anything like that. Like I think I can look up. I love it. If I had it on my phone, I don't know how to. I probably wouldn't get the app on my phone, but it's
Anything that you'll
you have
find on
kids.
VA Mobile will have some sort of
Yeah.
instruction. There will be, everything's 508. Everything's going to have an instructional piece to it. There's a lot of really great apps at VA Mobile. Definitely encourage folks to check them out, see what applies to you. There are some for both the provider and the patient, which is cool. But yeah, anything where we can continue to combine the patient care experience and have the things that veterans need at the, first and foremost, scheduling an appointment, getting on to the VA telehealth and mobile and getting your appointments that way, whatever the case may be. There's a lot of really great information on the VA's website. I just encourage folks to check it out and spend some time going through. Just get the app or whatever.
Yeah, just get the app. I will say that the only bad thing I have to say about this, when we interviewed Mr. Secretary, I said, I would love to see an app that replicated some of the things in My Healthy Vet. And I was told that we don't need that. We're going to optimize the website experience for use on mobile. And then they went away, heard my words, and they made this app. I applaud them for listening to me.
Right. Anytime you listen to Jeff Daly, you deserve praise in Jeff Daly's
praise
opinion.
and royalties, I suppose.
Yeah, royalties.
Yeah.
That's all right.
You're welcome, buddy.
All right, we ready for I think Ashley, you get the first shout out.
Ooh, so excited. Okay. So first shout out is from a mutual friend, very, very important person. And there are some words that need to be shared. So hit it, Holly.
Oh, no.
What's up, everyone, at Tango Alpha Lima podcast? This is Sergeant Robert Maldonado, a.k.a. my hubby, wanting to wish Mr. CV a wonderful farewell. It's really been a great time getting to know you personally and professionally, and I'm looking forward to spending a lot more time with you as the National Judge Advocate. And make sure you keep my photo behind you at all times.
Wow. What a touching gift. Do I get like a what NFT or whatever of that? Do I own Robert's image now? I mean, I think I do. That is awesome.
But wait, there's more, isn't there?
I do believe there is.
I think Holly, you have are you firing?
Look at
what
that
is
guy.
this?
What is your favorite thing about Daddy, Ransom?
Superman.
He's Superman?
He's gonna be Superman.
He's gonna be Superman?
It's already grow up.
Yeah, he's already grown up.
Did he fit?
What about you, Spencer? What's your favorite thing about Daddy?
Turning on Avengers.
He turns on Avengers for you?
Yeah.
What makes our daddy the best?
Getting things out of our beds.
He gets things out of your bed?
Maybe the things that fall down our beds.
The things that fall behind your beds, he's good at getting them out?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What are those?
Yeah, those are my twins.
Oh, Ashley's cracking up over there.
Oh, it's just so adorable.
All day long. That's what I get. I get like quizzical things that I'm not quite sure what's going on.
Is that our last special guest, Holly? No, we have another special guest.
When I met Mark, he billed himself as a unique fixer-upper opportunity and that I could make him whatever I wanted. But what I found was after being raised with a brother, going to the Citadel, joining the infantry, and being a bachelor till 40, not a lot of that washes out. But I wouldn't ever want to change him because what makes him amazing is his heart. And you see that through his actions every day because he will never tell you what he does. Like he stayed up for 2 days writing letters of recommendation for boys from Boys State that he thought were amazing. He was able to raise over $100,000 in support for the guys of Cop Keating. He had to be told not to stay in murder hotels when he was off doing stories for the Legion because he saw every dollar he was spending as a membership and he had to be wise with that money. And then for our family, he stayed up from midnight to 4 a.m. with the babies so I could sleep. And what makes him amazing is that if there is a way he can lift you up, he will do it. And he will never tell anyone about it. And he doesn't even want you to thank him for it or talk about it. So he'll probably be super embarrassed and a little bit irritated that I told all you guys all that. But I love you, and you are going to be an amazing judge, and the Legion is very lucky to have you.
There you go. You're not going to be irritated with her, are you?
No, that's sweet.
Okay. I only have one. I have one more reveal. It's just a reveal.
No more videos. I don't want to cry on my last podcast.
No, this is an homage to your whole history here. Watch this.
Yeah, look at that.
In the broom closet.
I mean,
I'm in the original.
This is
Matt
full
Herndon
circle. This is
It
full
really
circle.
is.
He's back in the broom closet.
I'm back in the broom closet. That's like Matt Herndon told us all along.
Yeah.
That wasn't really a good impression, but
Yeah, Matt doesn't sound anything like that.
well, do you have any farewell words?
No, I didn't expect videos from my wife and kids. That's very sweet. Whoever thought that up, that was a very, very sweet idea. No, it's not that I don't want to do the podcast or anything else. I am inundated. The job of National Judge Advocate is a legit, way more than 40 hours a week. And as you can tell, I got little kids at home, so I have to spend some time with them. Balancing all the lives is very difficult at times. As my wife said, like, there are times when I'll have to watch the kids late at night for whatever reason and then still get my work done. So definitely not that I just wanted to do away with the podcast. It's just that I'm stretched really thin. I've gained, it feels like 40 pounds since I took this job because it can't work out. So no, I will miss you guys. I will say that when I first got named to this position, someone said, "Are you doing away with the podcast?" And my answer was absolutely not, that I didn't want to hurt Ashley and Jeff. And I'm sure you guys will do fine without me. I didn't want to abandon you. I don't want to abandon you now, but every once in a while, you just got to kind of move on and do something different. And my wife is absolutely correct about the murder house thing. Like, I stayed in a hotel in Beckley, West Virginia, that I'm pretty sure had blood on the floor and the lock didn't work. And I did that to save the American Legion like $12. And finally, my boss at the time, Steve Brooks, called me in and was like, "No more staying in the murder hotel." So, I am a good steward of your money. If you're a member of the American Legion, I try to be very cognizant, save money. I'm not going to change that. But thank you to everyone in the American Legion that's made this possible. The experiences I've had so far at the Legion have been amazing. And just opening up a new door, a more sedentary lifestyle here as the judge advocate, but still it's a good job to have. So thank you. Holly, of course, thank you to Miss Holly, who's, Miss Holly and I will bicker every now and again, but Miss Holly's probably my favorite person in the Legion other than Stouffer. So, thank you to all of them. It couldn't have been more of a blessing to come out from Washington, D.C. and work for the media and communication staff. Everybody out there who thinks, why doesn't the Legion do this? Or why don't they do this? I'm telling you, media and communications has already thought of it. There's a reason they haven't done it, but they'll be working on it. So you're in good hands there. Jeff, can't wait for you to take over. Ashley, good luck with him.
I'll see you upstairs, Mr. CV.
Yeah.
When I escape the broom closet.
Yeah. Has it gotten hot in there yet?
No.
Yeah,
that just must be your big burning personality.
Must be.
I got to match that eventually. All right, Ashley, you got a final word for Mr. CV?
I just want to say that I have thoroughly enjoyed having just wild, wacky, nerdy, random vocabulary to just laughter to Ashley Y to the spontaneous text messages or the comments. I mean, it has made this experience so much better, and to know that I've really gained a true friend out of this, and A lifelong friend at that, because
Yep.
you know my hubs
Yeah.
is like
Yeah.
all about it.
Yeah.
So
Hubs is a good man. Best junior counselor I ever had. So
I know
I'll be
he
seeing
tells me
Hubs
he
again.
tells me
Yeah.
frequently.
Yeah.
That
Hey,
and
well-
also he was a band champion of whatever year it was, but that's neither here nor there. But
But
I just wanted to say thank you for your continued service to the American Legion, and that your second service and why has impacted thousands and maybe even hundreds of thousands of people
Thank
through
you.
your
Thank you.
continued efforts. And I know you're a humble guy, so
Yeah, I don't really like the attention. So
I know you don't.
I will
and
say
that's
the
why I'm
one
giving
thing
so
that's
much
probably
to you
been
right
good is the
now.
fact that this is the first time I have any complexion other than Casper the Friendly Ghost with these lighting, because I'm actually bright red right now. Can't tell. So
well, I'm just gonna say I feel like, you know, we all got together and we're all friends now. And if you've
Yep.
never watched a game with Mark Seavey via text, you haven't really lived yet, because he will rip on your team when they're doing crappy. And he will let you have it, but he'll also be like, whoa, that was really great when your team wins. So he will ride the
Yep.
emotion up and down with you. And he is just super, super giving, generous, and all of that. We're going to miss him on the show, but I'm going to see him in the building. So I don't really feel like this
yeah, I'll
is
see you in 5 minutes.
I don't feel like this is a goodbye until the end of the week. And that, my friends, is going to be a wrap on season 2. Season 2. Yes, but we'll be back next year for season 3 with more guests. Maybe Mark will be a guest one day. More guests, more special series, and many other surprises. You won't want to miss a thing, so subscribe now to the Tango Alpha Lima podcast on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or wherever you find podcasts. And for the love of corn, I don't know why that got written in there. I did meet some friends here at Legion College from Iowa, and we were talking about corn earlier. And my district commander, Jennifer Campbell's from Iowa, and she loves corn and will call it out as offensive if it doesn't look delicious. And for the love of corn, don't forget to rate us, preferably with 5 ears of corn. 5.
Bye.
And leave us a review. You can also send us feedback and love notes at Tango Alpha Lima at legion.org. Steve, are you going to give us a bye, kids?
Bye, kids.
And that
Bye.
is season 2, episode 82, mission complete.
Diddly, diddly.